Hey, what's up guys? Today, David joined us for the workout. How did you like it?
It's terrible.
Why?
Terrible. Terrible in my lingo means it's a good workout. If it's not terrible, then you didn't work out hard enough.
You did pretty good actually. So we started off with back squats, competition back squats. And David doesn't compete, so he doesn't have like a powerlifting belt or knee sleeves. So what I told him to do is just do a weight that's roughly around RPE 7. So for him, that was 225. How'd that feel for 6 sets of 3?
6 sets of 3 felt fine. It's just that I think with me, because of my ankle injury and stuff, like I'm always like cautious about it. So when it comes in terms of putting more weight on, I always get a little scared. So I think it was more of a mental game for me.
But then we did end up putting on more weight. We did 235 and then we did 245. How did that feel?
It felt almost the same.
Did?
It felt, like I said, towards the last, like I say the last like 2 sets, then it started getting a lot more tiring. But even then I was like kind of surprised that I could still at least put 2 plates up. Because it's been a while since I did like squats. Like I say close to like, since the last time I was here at Barbell, that was the last time I did anything past like 155 on the squats.
I was actually really surprised because your squats, it's actually really good. It's like as good as a good powerlifting girl.
Oh god. This fucking Kesek, you motherfucker. And so there's this girl next to me, right? He goes, hey, look at her, dude, she's stronger than you. I'm like, that's fucking great. She looks Tongan and shit. What am I supposed to do this?
And then afterwards we moved on to close grip bench for sets of 8. And then 135 looked really easy, and then we ended up working up to, I did 225, 275, 275, and then you did 135, 155, and then 165. How did that feel?
I mean, it definitely felt heavier. 135 was a lot lighter than I expected. Because even with bench, I don't do anything. So prior to me doing this, I'm working out with Khalif, and Khalif does all HIIT training. So it's a lot of low weight, really high intensity, and it's mainly with my body weight, which is something that I'm not used to. But I guess like the main difference is when you do heavyweight, especially with barbells, you can't get away with anything.
No, you can't cheat.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's either you get the form, you do it right, or it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, when you do stuff with like HIIT training, let's say you're doing high knees, right? And you still have to continue to do your high knees for that time. When you're tired and you're fatigued, you can't get your legs up. So in the last 30 seconds, let's say I'm doing 30 seconds, I'm going up, 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 up. Around our second set, I'm too tired, I'm just doing this. You know? When you do barbells, you have that rest and you have to do that full motion either way. You could just lessen the weight and then you could just continue to do your reps constantly. So,
do you usually do close grip bench, or is that like your first time?
I rarely do close grip bench at all. If anything, like I think like the main thing I wanted to focus on before was because of my leg injury, my legs got so weak. So I neglected upper body for the longest time. Because even then, remember when you first opened barbell, I could barely push up 135 because of that ankle injury.
True.
I couldn't put any weight on it.
That's true.
And then after I let it rest a little bit, and now that I'm back, I don't feel any pinching in my ankle, and I could put more weight on.
Yeah. Now you can work out with Griselda, Rochelle, Michelle, Jessica.
I'm gonna try to work out with the fucking Satan baby, dude. That fucking giant.
And then so I did close grip bench. My first set, I always do 225 as a feeler because it's not my competition lift, so I'm just trying to get hypertrophy in. And then it felt really good, so I moved up to 275. And usually I do 275 on my 3rd set, but it felt really good, so I did it as my 2nd set. But then on my last rep, I did slow down a little bit. So on my 3rd set, I kept it at 275. So my next week's goal is just to do 275 for all 3 sets. And if that goes well, then I'll probably bump it up to 280 for at least 1 set the next week over. But my close grip is getting stronger, and for me personally, close grip is one of the most important accessories if you want to get a big bench, and I feel like it's been helping me tremendously. And then we moved on to pause deadlifts, and the emphasis of that is to pause right below the knees, so there is no momentum and you're at a dead stop, and then you explode your hips through as hard as you can so that you can increase the strength of your lockout at the top of the deadlift. But because David hasn't really done those, I don't want him to like tweak his back and pull out his back, and then he's gonna make up all these excuses why he can't come anymore. So I'd rather have David do the full range of motion, nice and easy. But you still felt the bands. How did you like that? Have you done deadlifts with bands before?
You know, when anything with bands is a lot more different, especially when last time when we were here and we did the squats with the bands.
Yeah.
I think that was like the most interesting thing that I've ever felt, because when you took off the bands and we put on the 135, that shit just was
flying, yeah.
Up, you know, you can feel the bands as you get more like tired.
Yeah.
You know, because when I was pulling up the top, I felt it towards the last set. I had a little pull down. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Your glutes are probably gonna be sore as shit tomorrow.
Yes, my fucking ass is tired. I was telling Nadim earlier, I was like, my fucking ass is tired as shit right now. It's like right at the bottom.
Yeah, then after that, we did bent over rows, and that's just a bodybuilding movement, 3 sets of 8. And I think David was able to survive through that. And then we finished off with 2 supersets. How did you like the supersets?
Supersets are tiring as fuck, but the good thing is because Khalif and I do so much cardio,
you're a little bit more used to it.
I'm a little bit more used to that versus the heavy weight with the lower rep thing.
Yeah.
It's just because it feels, you're like your muscle, the atrophy of your muscle feels way different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a way different burn.
Yeah.
Even when we were doing the leg extensions versus when we were doing squats, it burns a completely different way.
Yeah, way different.
So how I equate it to is like when you do a high rep, low weight, it burns like there's fire, and when you do heavy weight, low rep, you're just tired. Like there's
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it just feels like
it just doesn't move. It just stiffens up. It just don't move. Yeah.
There's no strength in it. So.
Overall, you were like screaming like crazy. Did you like the workout or did you?
So I have to scream. Like, I don't understand how nobody screams in this gym. Everybody is either like happy or they're smiling or they're just taking the fucking, it fucking doesn't make any sense to me. Like towards the end of the workout, I'm quiet in the beginning, but if I'm tired, I have to yell something out. It's a battle cry. And abs are one of the worst types of pain on earth because the muscle doesn't get tired, it just hurts. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I don't understand why every other muscle, like there's fatigue in it, but when you're in your ab pain, it just feels like somebody took a wrench in your belly button and fucking twisted that shit. So, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the workout because it's effective, you know? But my thing is, if I don't enjoy it, it means that it's a good workout. If I enjoy it, that means I fucking got away with everything. That's true.
Are we gonna see you next week?
I'll bring Khalif here.
What if Khalif doesn't come? Are you coming?
I'll come.
Alright, good.
I'll come.
I'm gonna get strong.
I just want to live.
Again, and it started to feel really warm. On my 3rd set, which is my top set, I put 275 on, slapped the belt on, and it felt really good. The 275 with the belt felt just like 225 beltless, so I was really happy with that.